Hello everybody and welcome to another Vintage Cube video. On Wednesday, Vintage Cube will return and I'm going to be launching this new group coaching program that I'm very excited about. I'll go through all the things I've used to become trophy leader multiple times. We'll look at pack one, pick one. We'll look at finding the open lane. There will be a detailed archetype guide. You'll have one-on-one access to myself. I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be really sweet, and if you're serious about Vintage Cube, it's definitely what you want to be doing. So if you're interested, sign up for the waitlist with the link in the description, and I can't wait to take this on with you. Now for this draft, I'm re-recording audio over an old video, and there's Golos and Preordain are the two cards here. And I actually kind of like taking Golos. Preordain is probably slightly more optimal, but Golos is actually a really, really strong build around when there's a lot of very powerful lands in the format. And here we have Library of Alexandria. So that's pretty perfect. Golos Library is like not the best combo because it's more of like a late game thing, but it's very good with draw sevens. The other alternative would be to take the Mirror Signet, but I like taking the fancy land when we have the Golos already. And now we can follow it up with another good land, Flooded Strand. Seems like a pretty good start. So in Golos decks in general, there's two ways to build it. One is like a true 5-color build with Niv Mizzet, and then the other is where you're like certain colors, and then you have a couple value lands, and then like maybe you can make all the colors. Well, speaking of value lands, there is the Tolarian Academy. Fourth pick Tolarian Academy is definitely a sign, and we have a Golos already. So we have a good mana sink, and we have a good artifact already. So yeah, I mean, this seems like a very good start. We're looking for some cheap artifacts to enable the Golos, maybe some cantrips and stuff like that. But I like to start quite a bit. Okay, now we have Hallowed Fountain, which is good with the Flooded Strand. There's not that much else that's that good. Liliana's a good card, but it's not really a combo with what we have right now, so we will take the Hallowed Fountain. Having one Golos and 4 lands is sort of how you want to start the Golos drafts. You sort of build the mana base, figure out what sort of spells you'll be able to support, and then just take good spells in that color combination later in the draft. Alright, here we have Gruul Signet and Gideon, ally of Zendikar. I think those are the two main considerations here. Given that we are likely to be playing blue and white, Gideon is a really strong card, but I kind of like taking the Signet still. It accelerates in the Golos, and we want to have cheap artifacts to pair with our Tolarian Academy. Yeah, let's take the Signet here. It's a pretty late Signet, 7th pick. Gruul Signet's probably one of the worst color combinations for Signet, but that's okay. It's also worth noting that it's like sort of like we have a blue-white mana base, a primarily blue-white mana base, and then a red-green Signet. Normally that would seem bad, like you would want to have a Signet that's on color, but in a Golos deck, you are incentivized to have random ways to produce all 5 colors. So I don't hate it, honestly. We could just like have a blue-white mana base and then try and make like red, green, and black mana with Signets and stuff like that, and use those cards to activate Golos. Okay, now we have Arid Mesa. There's also Balance. Actually, that's really close. Now the Reliquary is also good with Tolarian Academy, but I think it's between the Arid Mesa and the Balance. And we should probably take the Mesa. Balance is, well, we don't have that many cheap artists. Actually, yeah, let's take the Balance. We don't have a lot of cheap Signets and stuff yet, but we're hoping to get there. And if we do get that sort of thing, then Balance could become quite good. Now we get an Emery, which is, again, solid. We have a lot of artifact payoffs and not that many artifacts yet, so I'm really happy we took the Gruul Signet, and we're going to need to pick up other stuff like that very highly. But if we can get a few more Signets and maybe a Mox or something, this could be a really, really good deck. Balance and Emery are both very, very strong and work well in the same deck. This pack is pretty bad. Archangel Avacyn is the only card that's in our primary colors. We could just take like a random other card and hope to be able to make a lot of colors of mana. I guess we'll take the Helix. Helix is quite a bit better than Archangel Avacyn. Torrential Gearhulk is an artifact, but it's not really the kind of artifact we're looking for. I think we should just take the Looter El Core here to smooth our draws. Oh, well, looks like we took this Torrential Gearhulk. I think Looter would have been better. Gearhulk is good if we get like Fact or Fiction, Commit Memory, stuff like that, but it's a little expensive, and having cheap cards is good. So I think that was probably not the optimal pick. Now we could take Mishra's Factory, which is an artifact, although we don't have that many. Like that's not that good with Tolarian Academy, but I think it's probably still worth taking. Another good value line to get with Golos. Now we can take a Braid. So red's looking pretty open. Maybe we'll be playing some Jeskai. Although then we take Knight's Whisper. Sphinx the Steel one's a good tinker target, but yeah, let's take it. Well, that's close. I think we should probably take the Sphinx, because Scrounger isn't a great card in a deck that's not aggressive, but it is cheap for a Tolarian Academy, which is nice. Okay, so Strange Pack 1. We have cards in every color except green. Oh, well, now we're taking a green card. Oko is amazing. That's super, super good. There's also Fact or Fiction, Smuggler's Copter, but yeah, Oko is just amazing. It's a great card, and it is particularly good with Tolarian Academy because it makes a lot of cheap artifacts. So that is just a great pickup for us. Still unclear what colors we're going to be in, but Oko is absolutely a card worth splashing for, so I'm going to go pretty far out of my way to enable that if at all possible. Okay, there's a Tundra. There's also Raging Ravine, Caracas, Venser, Hex Drinker. A lot of okay options. Caracas is good with Emery. Yeah, let's take the Caracas. It's a good value line to be able to get with Golos, and we already have a Hallowed Fountain, so Tundra becomes less important. I really like playing Golos to grab Caracas, because then if you have a lot of mana in the late game, you can bounce your own Golos and then replay it. Okay, Mox Diamond's a great pickup. It's an artifact, it's cheap, it accelerates our mana, and it fixes our mana. So whatever colors we're going to end up being, Mox Diamond will help out with that. Now there's the Black Staff of Waterdeep and Mirror Battlesphere. I kind of want to try out the Black Staff. It's not in the format anymore, but it is like it's a pretty spicy one. It can be good in the right deck, and it's very good with Oko. Basically means you have like infinite 4/4s, and they sort of have haste too. Like you can attack with them immediately after turning them into a 4/4 if they've been in play already. Alright, we're starting to get there with the Emery Tinker stuff, or the Emery Tolarian Academy. We have now 4 cheap artifacts. Okay, there's a Mindslaver. Yeah, Mindslaver's probably good. Cultivate's the other reasonable option, but Mindslaver is just a really, really strong card hit off of Golos and can just win in a lot of matchups. It also goes infinite with Emery. Emery lets you cast artifacts from your graveyard, so if you have 10 mana and you have an Emery, you can just keep on playing Mindslaver over and over again, and then you should be able to win. The other way to combo that is with Academy Ruins, which requires 13 mana, but it means you can win no matter what, because you just keep on putting the same card on top, and you never mill yourself. But with Emery, you have some risk of milling yourself if you don't have any ways to deal damage, but still, it being 3 mana cheaper, I think, makes it worth it. We probably are not going to be playing these red or black cards. We might just end up being banned, but we'll see. Ooh, now we get a Mishra's Workshop. That is interesting. It's not quite there yet, but we do have. It's very good with Golos, Mindslaver, and Torrential Gearhulk. If we got no more artifacts, it would not be playable. But if we could pick up like Worn Power Stone, Coalition Relics, and stuff like that, then Mishra's Workshop could be really good. Oh, that is a late Tinker. Okay, we don't have the best Tinker targets yet. Tinker for like Mindslaver or Golos or Gearhulk is only okay, but it's still not bad. And then if we do get another cheap artifact or two, then it could be, or another, like one more good payoff, and then like a couple cheap artifacts, it could be very, very good. Okay, Uro is interesting. It's very good with Tinker, and there's not that much else for us in this pack, so yeah, we'll take the Uro. It may or may not make the cut, depending on how our final build looks, but definitely a powerful card in the right shell, so I like having access to that. So it's now looking like we're actually base blue-green. We only have one white card. I don't think we're playing Lightning Helix, so we're probably only going to have one white card, being the Balance. So that does make Uro a little bit easier to cast. Like splashing for Uro and then needing to have like green, green, blue, blue to bring him back is a little bit like pretty difficult. But if we're base blue, green, only splashing white, then he's a lot more easy to cast. Ooh, late Fact or Fiction. That's awesome. Very good with Uro and very good with Torrential Gearhulk. And good with just like mana generation. Although we don't have that many accelerants. Like Blackstaff and Scrappy Scrounger are both cheap artifacts, but they don't help us to generate mana. I would really, really like to get another Signet or two. Not too much force here. I guess we could take Raging Ravine, just as like a value line search up off Golos that can help us to have all the colors of mana. Plus, if we do end up splashing for Lightning Helix and or a Braid, it could help us. Whoa, super late mana leak. I don't know if I've ever seen a mana leak go that late, but I'm happy about it. Now we can take Blackleaf Cliffs or Night of Autumn. I kind of like taking the Night of Autumn here. Yeah, we're base banned. Blackleaf Cliffs is a pretty bad land. Ember of Shieldbreaker for the board. Inspired Vent. Well, Gideon is actually reasonable here. Yeah, let's take the Gideon. If the Inspiring Vantage was like a red-white dual land, that would be one thing. But if it's like a tapped land that you can't fetch, that's not that amazing. Okay. There's Spell Pierce for some cheap interaction. Volcanic Island helps with the fixing. Time Twister is sweet, but this isn't really a Time Twister deck. There's no artifacts I'm that interested in, unfortunately. We probably just take the Volcanic Island. We can fetch it with Flooded Strand. Now we could take Wasteland, Everflowing Chalice, Force of Negation, Swords to Plowshares. A lot of reasonable options here. I think I like taking the Force, though. We don't have that much in the way of counter magic, and it's good interaction. It's between the Force of Negation and the Everflowing Chalice. But I think I do like taking the Force here. Well, Chalice is a cheap artifact to combo with Tinker. If we cut the red spells... This is a really close pick. I think probably Chalice is optimal. Yeah, let's go with the Chalice. When we have like Tolarian Academy and Tinker and Emery, we're really incentivized to have cheap artifacts. Okay, Wormcoil Engine versus Prismatic Vista. I think we do take the Wormcoil for a better Tinker target. Vista's decent fixing, but having like one really good thing to put on play on turn 3 is important. Ooh, now we can take an Upheaval. That's pretty good. Although we still don't have that much mana, but you don't need to have a ridiculous amount of acceleration for Upheaval to be good. I think it's still worth playing. And with that pick, now a Signet becomes like literally the number 1 pick. I would take a Signet over pretty much anything at this point. This Gear Hulk may not end up making the cut. We only have Mana Leak and Factor Fiction to flash back with it. Okay, Creeping Tar Pit's a decent value land. Demonic Tutor is great, but we don't really have ways to splash black. Sylvan Caryatid could be good for some acceleration. Yeah, I think I like taking the Caryatid. Although, I do want to have one black land. We don't have any good ways to produce black mana yet, and having a way to get Golos online would be nice. Yeah, let's take that. We don't have that much green mana. We really are like base blue. We're just playing like blue with like a small green splash and a small white splash. Strange draft, but I think we've ended up with a pretty decent deck. Again, like 2 more cheap artifacts would really turbocharge it. But even without that, I think we'll have a very reasonable deck that has a decent chance of trophying. Oh, Simic Signet and Bribery. Bribery is like just absolutely busted, and I would take it over Signet in like any other deck. But I think we can't pass a double on color Signet here. Bribery is so strong though; it's very unfortunate not to be able to get both. Like the fact that we just took a Creeping Tar Pit and then had to pass a Bribery sucks. Like I really wish the Bribery was in the prior pack. Not much for us here. Archon of Cruelty is good, but not really. We can't really cast it other than off of Golos. We could take Acidic Slime, but I don't love Slime. Yeah, this pack is sort of a break. I think probably Acidic Slime is the best pickup, but none of them are very good. Actually, Assassin Trophy is reasonable too. Like a good sideboard card for decks where we need instant speed removal. Now we can take a Bayou. That's pretty free. So in terms of Golos, we're going to be playing blue, white, and green lands. We have Raging Ravine and Volcanic Island with the Flood is trying to find it to get red mana. And then Creeping Tar Pit and Bayou to get black mana. So should be pretty easy to activate Golos. Scrapheap Scrounger is sort of funny here. It's not very good, but it is a cheap artifact, and it might just be worth it to play like any card with a card type artifact. Okay. I don't hate an Oblivion Stone here. It's a cheap artifact with card type artifact, so checks off that box, I guess. Now we get probably just Wear Tear. Our Devoted Druid actually is pretty good. If we have green mana to cast it, Devoted Druid does accelerate us pretty nicely into stuff like Upheaval. So we could just run 7 lands and play it like this. Wow, there's some good cards in this pack. Expressive Iteration and Dark Confidant are both cards I would love to be able to play. I don't know if we have good enough red mana for Expressive Iteration, though. Master of Death, sure. It is good with Fact or Fiction. Ooh, Leovold. That's interesting. Now we get Smokestack. Bloodbraid Elf, sure. Not playing that. And last pick, Soul Ring. Pack Rat, okay. So, this deck is a little bit scattered, but it has some really powerful things going on. Probably not playing Leovold. I think we're going to start with just like a Bant mana base for consistency. I want a couple more green sources because we don't have very good green fixing. As in, we don't have basically any green fixing. So this is 19 lands. We're going to have to cut at least one. We'll cut the plains and see how that looks. So for blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue sources. For white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus Mox Diamond. Oh man, the mana is going to be a little bit bad here. And then for green, yeah, let's see. We'll need to cut one for us here. Okay. I'm just going to pause here to go through the mana base quickly. So I did that sort of quickly there. So for green sources, we have Bayou, Forest. Flood Shrine doesn't get green. Raging Ravine, and Mox Diamond. So that's 5 green sources plus Simic Signet and Gruul Signet. So it's sort of 7 green sources. For blue, we have Creeping Tar Pit, Flooded Strand, Hallowed Fountain, 4 islands, Volcanic Island, sort of Tolarian Academy, and then like Mox Diamond. Yeah, that seems fine for blue. And then for white, we have Caracas, Plains, Hallowed Fountain, Flooded Strand, Mox Diamond. And we only have a couple white mana symbols. Yeah, seems good. I'll see you in round 1. Alright, here we are for round 1 against Bruskies. We are on the draw, but with a pretty good hand. We can keep this. I really like Upheaval with Uro, although that is pretty expensive, so we need to get to that point first. I think we're going to lead on Raging Ravine into turn 2 Gruul Signet. Turn 1 Blackstaff of Waterdeep doesn't do that much. Don't Thoughtseize me. Okay, good. Oof. Well, drawing Gearhulk was probably one of the worst draws in the deck. Best case scenario would be to draw land into Fact or Fiction. Oh, well, we might just get killed on like turn 2 here. We don't have any graveyard hate, unfortunately. Might need to bring in Assassin's Trophy. Okay, nice. I was scared there, but they don't have the turn 2 combo. So we'll play Island and Signet. And now, if they bring back the Archon next turn with like Necromancy or Animate Dead, I guess we would need to draw a white source to be able to kill that with Knight of Autumn. Oh, they don't have any play, though. So let's go Uro. Wouldn't mind drawing Tolarian Academy here. So we'll get the Blackstaff down and pass. And now, we could just play Upheaval next turn if we want to, which we're not going to do, but it just means now it's not nearly as bad if they bring back the Archon. Oh, they just do nothing. Okay. Well, we got Emery, which is great with Uro. We hit a couple artifacts. That's pretty good. Then I think we just go land and... I guess just attack with Raging Ravine. Hit them for 4, get a clock going. Seems solid. Alternatively, we could have animated something with the Black Staff, but that doesn't seem that necessary. Oh, do they have a removal spell for the Raging Ravine? Oh, well, we'll sacrifice the Raging Ravine. That's pretty bad, though. That's really, really bad. We're going to need to just bank on this upheaval now. So we'll discard the Gear Hulk. They can attack. Yeah, they're going to attack, and we sacrifice the Emery, discard Knight of Autumn, and then we need to draw land, or else we're just dead. Yeah, that makeshift mannequin hurts, for sure. So we discard Knight of Autumn. Tellurian Academy would be our best draw. Are they going to ninjutsu here? Okay, no, they just hit us for 6. Kitesail Freebooter, okay. Well, I don't think we have any draws now. We'll see if there's something I'm not thinking of. Coalition Relic, alright. Our opponent's deck does look pretty good. Balance! Oh, we don't have white mana, though. Tragic. Balance would have done it, but cannot cast it, so our bad mana did come back to bite us there, but that's alright. We can win games 2 and 3. We don't really have much in the way of a sideboard plan. Smokestack could be good. Maybe over Gear Hulk. Yeah, Gear Hulk just seems pretty bad in this deck. I guess Gideon actually is pretty bad, because double white's going to be really hard to cast. It's between Gear Hulk and Gideon for sure. Alright, we're keeping the Gideon, sure. I'm also going to cut the Mishra's Factory for 1 more Plains, I think. Factory just doesn't seem that relevant in this matchup. And it's possible it should not even be in the deck. This just makes our mana a lot more consistent, especially if we want to be able to have double white for Gideon. If they do get their combo, we have a couple answers for it. Balance can deal with it. Oko can deal with it. Gideon is okay at dealing with it. Alright, we get to be on the play for game 2. And very, very good hand. We could play turn 1 Emery. Yeah, that seems sweet. So we'll go Tellurian Academy, Mox Diamond, discarding Raging Ravine. Yeah, I think we want to discard Raging Ravine and keep the Oko here. Then we play Emery. And the next turn we can play Oko, which is really good with Tellurian Academy. Oof, hitting no artifacts there is a little bit awkward. We also didn't hit Uro. Okay, let's just play turn 2 Oko. That should be pretty good. I guess we can go... No, we can't play Chalice into Oko, yeah. So we do want to just play the Oko. We could play the Chalice for 0, but that's not that exciting. Next turn we'll have a lot of mana. So our goal is to get to 10 mana as fast as possible, so we have the Mindslaver combo. So Oko plussing to make food every turn gives us 1 more mana every turn. We can play Everflowing Chalice. Oh, well, we can no longer play Everflowing Chalice. Well, they might take the Mindslaver here. Okay, they do take the Mindslaver. We're going to need to find an answer to that freebooter eventually. Let's make another food. So now Tellurian Academy taps for 3. So we can play Chalice for 3 also. Yeah, Chalice for 3. And then just have like a million mana. Oh, actually it's probably better to play Chalice for 2 and then replay Uro. Or replay Emery. Yeah, I think we'll have enough mana either way. We can just crack this for blue-white. And then Caracas, bounce Emery, and replay. Or blue-red, probably. We don't need more white mana, I think. We already have 2. Then we bounce the Emery, and we have tons of artifacts, so it definitely only costs 1. Looking for any artifact or Uro. Jeez. Well, that is sort of rough. But we have a lot of live draws. Now Tolarian Academy taps for 4. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So if we get one, but then the Oko will make a food. Oh, well, the Oko will no longer make a food. We had 10 mana, so we would have been able to assemble the Mindslaver combo, but without Oko we only have 9, but we're still very close. Mishra's Workshop. Okay, now we have way more than enough mana. We'll just continue replaying the Uro, or the Emery. We can hit for 1 and then recast it. Okay, there we go. There's all our artifacts. We only have 1 green mana at the moment, but we can recast Simic Signet from the graveyard to get our second green and then escape the Uro. Mox Jet, okay. They can play 5-drop if they want to, but there's no 5-drops that would be that bad for us here. I guess if they kill our Emery, we don't have a play next turn, so that would be a little awkward. Solemn Simulacrum. Okay, that's totally fine. Worth noting that we have not milled over our Upheaval yet, so that is still very much a live draw, although it becomes a little bit worse if they have a Mox Jet. We take 1, don't care about that. I guess we can just bring back the Scrap Heap Scrounger. There's no reason not to. We have tons of cards in the graveyard. And it makes our Tolarian Academy tap for more mana. Basic Island. Not a good draw, but that's okay. We'll bring back the Uro. Or first cast Simic Signet, then bring back the Uro. We can tap our Mishra's Workshop to play the Simic Signet. So I think we want to tap, or yeah, we can just make a million blue mana. We're not constrained on blue mana in the slightest. So Uro, probably just exiling a bunch of lands. Do we find some more action? Especially a way to get the Kitesail Freebooter off the battlefield. We do not. We could bounce the Emery and replay it again if we want to, but I don't think that's worth it here. We'll just pass, leaving our Karakas up. I actually don't like this attack. There's no reason to let them draw a card, although they just take it for some reason. That is very strange. They're at 13. I mean, it really just depends on what they have. We can beat the board pretty easily, but if they just start hard casting reanimation targets, that could be rough. 6 mana Massacre Worm. Okay. I guess that's why they didn't want to trade with the Solemn, but we can save our Emery, just lose the Scrap Heap Scrounger, so that's really not that bad. We take 2, but with an Uro in play, I'm not too concerned about my life total. Gideon Jura. Okay, do we have enough mana to Emery combo them now? Start by attacking, hopefully draw a land. Tinker. They can trade with the Massacre Worm if they want to. Then we can just bring back the Uro. Tolarian Academy taps for 5 mana. Then 2 from Everflowing Chalice is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 mana. So we actually do have enough to play Gideon and then play and activate Mindslaver. That's pretty crazy for turn 6. Do we have the right colors? Yeah, we just need white mana. So we can tap Karakas and Mox Diamond for white. Oh, well, alright, I don't think skipping a row is correct here. It would have been better to just play Gideon Jura. But I still think this is very much a winning line. Uro is so good in this situation. Black Staff of Waterdeep, okay. Probably worth it to tinker away one of these foods to grab a Wormcoil Engine. So we'll play Gideon. Minus to destroy that guy. And then I guess just play Mindslaver into Black Staff, sure. Or, no, we want to play Emery, not the Black Staff. So then we can start recurring it immediately. So now they need to find something this turn or else they're just going to die. We pass. We're at 21, they're at 13. We'll see what they have here. They do have a lot of mana. But even if they hardcast Archon or something like that, we just don't care. We're going to get to take infinite turns. We have quite a few permanents in play, that is for sure. We also have Upheaval in our deck still. How much mana do we have next turn? Tolarian Academy taps for 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So way more than enough. We can activate Mindslaver and then replay it and activate it again, all in the same turn. Makeshift Mannequin to bring back Massacre Worm, okay. That's actually a little bit annoying because we can't recast the Emery. I think we should be able to win even without taking infinite turns, but that does break up our... Oh, well, okay, that's actually a very strong turn. They kill both of our creatures, hit us for some damage. They can punch our Gideon down to 2 if they want to. We can still go activate Mindslaver into Tinker for Wormcoil. So we will be able to push a lot of damage. Mana Leak is not really what we want to draw. So let's play Tinker, sack the food, grab Wormcoil. Don't really have much left in our deck, but that's okay. We can play the Black Staff for free, since it'll make Tolarian Academy tap for more mana. Oh, well, we didn't do that then, but that's fine. We have more than enough mana either way. So we play the Uro, leaving artifacts in the graveyard. I guess it doesn't really matter, though, with Emery gone. It doesn't matter which cards are in our graveyard. So we escape Uro for the 3rd time of the game. There's the Upheaval. Then we play Black Staff and activate Mindslaver. And then we can plus the Gideon. Okay, and now I don't think there's any way they can come back from this. We only have 5 cards in hand. Oh, the Scarab God's a little bit scary. But we can just play it into our own Mana Leak here. We do have blue mana off the Mox Diamond. So we cast that, hold on control, and then Mana Leak it. Man, the interface for like Mindslaver type effects is pretty bad on Magic Online. But we are successfully able to counter this thing here. Then we can attack with both of their creatures. We'll block them both. And we'll see what they draw off the Solemn. Hopefully it's something we can use effectively. And now we have 18 power on the Crackback. 22 counting the Black Staff. So we go 3/3s, we take 2, and then they draw a card. Alright, there we go. So I took down game 2 against Reanimator. We are going to be on the draw for game 3. I don't think we need to make any changes. Assassin's Trophy is good. Well, let's see. How many black sources do we have? Leovold and Assassin's Trophy both would be nice if we could cast them consistently, but I don't think we can. So we'll just run it like this. Alright, here we are for round 3. Oh my gosh, this hand is beautiful. Definitely keeping this one. We can go turn 1 Gruul Signet off the workshop, or we could play turn 1 Chalice for 1 and then play Gruul Signet. That means we have more mana on turn 2, but it means we don't have we can't play as big of a Chalice. If we play turn 1 Signet, we could play turn 2 Chalice for at least 2. They do nothing on turn 1. I think I want to play the Signet and just like maximize the mana. This isn't a deck where like having like or this is a deck where having like 1 or 2 more mana is good. Like we're not trying to ramp to 5. We're trying to ramp to like 15 or just as much as possible. So I think it is worth it to save the Chalice here. So we'll play Chalice for 2, and then next turn we can hardcast Wormcoil Engine. Tinker is going to be a little bit awkward, but we have enough mana that we can Tinker for for Mindslaver fairly effectively. This Pack Rat is a pretty quick clock, but Wormcoil Engine is good against Pack Rat. They discard Shieldred, so if they can bring that back, that would be bad. Ooh, Balance. That's really interesting. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana for artifacts. Yeah, let's just cast Wormcoil Engine and then play Tar Pit for this turn. But then next turn we can play Balance and get some good value out of that. I would also love to be able to play the Black Staff of Waterdeep before playing Balance. So they don't have any Pack Rat attacks. Do they have a way to bring back the Shieldred? Oh wait, we have we have Karakas, so Shieldred just doesn't even do anything. We can bounce it before they get a single trigger off of it. That's pretty sweet. Wow, this video was the video of it was recorded in July, and it's now December, and seeing 76 degrees is just so tragic. I wish it was 76 now. Okay, they have a Signet. That's a little bit annoying for the Balance, but not that bad. Nighthawk Scavenger, totally fine. It's only 1 power. Okay, I don't even know if we want to play Balance anymore. They just don't have anything going. We could play Oko. I kind of want to play Fact or Fiction first here. See what we hit. But that does sort of commit us to not playing the yeah, we should probably just play the Oko, actually. We could play Oko and pass. What do we want to do with the Oko? Probably just make a food token. Yeah, I don't really feel the need to turn any of their things into an elk. And then not really interested in balancing away my own hand either. And as long as they have the Shieldred in the graveyard, it would be good to leave up Karakas if possible. If they just swing for 1 and then pass, I don't really know how they could get back into this. Mox Diamond was a pretty bad draw, but we do have Fact or Fiction to find some lands. So I think we will fire off the Fact or Fiction now. Alright, Tinkering for Golos. Actually, that seems fine. Or Mindslaver doesn't do that much here, actually. Yeah, let's get the Golos. Then we can grab Tolarian Academy. And then we're pretty constrained on blue mana right now, but this means starting next turn we're going to have basically infinite blue mana. We can make another food token. And then I think pass. I still don't want to attack with a Wormcoil, because they can make they can't make 2 rats in the turn, but they can make one rat and then untap and make another one and swing for 12. Oh, this is not a good attack. Yeah, no. Okay, I don't think we should have attacked here. I think we're still dramatically ahead, but They will be able to attack the Oko fairly effectively now. The discard Plains. If they double block the Worm Coil here, I would be so happy. Alright, yeah, that's totally fine. It even powers up our Tolarian Academy. So they hit our Oko down to 3. That's fine. Do they have another play? Okay. So let's play the Signet. And then I think we should tap the Creeping Tar Pit for blue to play the Black Staff of Waterdeep before we use the Tolarian Academy. Looks like we forgot to do that, but very unlikely to matter. Oh, we can spin Golos. That's awesome. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're looking very, very good now. Pfft. Ridiculous cards. Oh, wait, this is awesome. We can play Upheaval and then play Mindslaver and take their first turn after the Upheaval and then just discard all our cards and don't play land. That's so disgusting. Wow, yeah, that seems awesome. So we want to float all our mana that we can. And then use Mindslaver and then play Upheaval. I think we should leave 1 green mana in the pool. Because we have so much blue mana off. Although, actually, we don't have that much blue mana off Tolarian Academy after bouncing all our artifacts. But I still think it's better to leave a blue and a green than 2 blue. So we return all our stuff to our hand. Then we go Mox Diamond, pitching, probably Creeping Tar Pit. And then, I don't know about that. Actually, that seems fine. Yeah, that is probably correct on this turn. So we play the Gruul Signet. Then we play the Simic Signet. Then we can play Oko or Everflowing Chalice. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we do here. We're going to win this game. We'll make blue, green. I guess we go Chalice for 1, Black Staff of Waterdeep, Oko. Could also play Golos. Maybe we save the Chalice to play a bit for much more next turn. Yeah, I think I like going just Oko plus Black Staff here. Alright, sure. Playing Chalice for 1 first. We're using our mana more efficiently this turn. We're losing out on having, like, infinite mana next turn to make this Chalice a lot bigger, but, I mean, we'll still have Tolarian Academy going, so I think we'll be okay. This is a pretty solid board to have. We have, 8 permanents? They have none. And we're taking I forgot we're taking their turn. Hilarious. So let's just go to discard and pitch some lands in a Mox Jet. We could also pitch all their top end. Maybe we just pitch their spells, actually. Animate Dead, for sure, Pack Rat, and then Mox Jet, or Makeshift Mannequin, and just leave them with... Yeah, I'll leave them with all mana. That seems fine. Now we get our next turn. We can play the Tolarian Academy. Make another food. We can play Golos. We can't spin Golos this turn, but we can next turn. So we probably want to grab a black source. I guess Raging Ravine's actually pretty good though, because we can animate it multiple times. Bayou's the fun pick though, and we win either way. So I guess we'll go with that and just spin Golos more. Now we can play Fact or Fiction. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's not too good, but I don't think it matters. We'll definitely take the 2 value lands here. If I were them, I probably would have just put Raging Ravine on its own. But again, I mean, they have no permanence. There's just absolutely no way they could get back into this. We can even play Smokestack, which will lock them out of ever playing any permanence. So we'll take that pile. We can play Smokestack and then use Blackstaff to turn one of the food into a 4/4. Oh, it's non-token artifacts, actually. Alright, well, that's fine. Probably worth it to turn our Everflowing Chalice into a 4/4, but like I don't really know what out our opponent is playing towards here. We now have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 permanents, and they still have none. And one of our permanents is a Smokestack. You go land, Mox, Signet. It's important to stack your Smokestack triggers correctly, so you add the counter after sacrificing. Okay, let's play Plains and then spin Golos. Actually, we don't even need to play Plains first. We can just do it this way. So that's blue, red, green, black, white off the Mox Diamond. Spin Golos. Probably not worth it to play Emery there because we could mill ourselves. That's like the only possible way we could lose. But I guess it does give us instant access to the Mindslaver combo. Now, the correct play is definitely to play one of these other lands, Raging Ravine or Caracas. Okay, yeah, that's good. And we'll go turn this Everflowing Chalice, I guess, into a 4/4 and swing for 7. Oh, yeah, we can even do that and swing for 10. And now, even if we didn't have the Mindslaver combo online, we could win very quickly, but we do have the Mindslaver combo online. They have sacrificed a permanent. Nighthawk Scavenger. You got it, buddy. 3 mana, 6/3 with Flying, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Overpowered. So we sack a permanent here, I guess just the food token. Then add a counter to this thing. Then we want to use Emery to play and crack Mindslaver. Sure, we'll make their guy worse. So we get to take their turn, choose which permanents they sacrifice, and yeah. Alright, very good start. We took down Reanimator in round 1. I'll see you in round 2. Alright, here we are for round 2 against Silent Trigger. We're on the draw, unfortunately. Hand is not great, but we do have Tinker, so we have a lot of live draws. Turn 3 Wormcoil Engine just wins against any aggressive deck. And then Balance can also dig us out of the hole if they get off to a too broken of a start. Balance will likely be card disadvantage for us since we're on the draw and we're not playing artifacts out quickly, but it might still be worth it if it buys us a lot of time. Okay, Island Go is a slow start, and then we draw Mana Leak, so that looks really good. If they don't have a turn 2 play and we can Mana Leak their first play of the game, then I think we're very ahead. Oh, whoa, they just I don't know if they F6 there or, like, yeah, or what, but they skip their turn. To Learn Academy, okay. We're going to go with the old Bayou Hallowed Fountain Mana Base, a true classic. Hopefully we can draw Volcanic Island. Okay, yeah, if they're playing Reanimator, they could be trying to discard the hand size, but I think they just kept a terrible hand. Maybe they have, like, Time Walk and really overvalued how good that would be. They discard the hand size, and it's a Mystical Tutor. Okay. Well, this is not the most competitive of games to start round 2. Hopefully the next game is a little bit more intense. I mean, we're not doing anything either, but we're hitting land drops. So we could play Golos this turn, or play... Yeah, let's play Golos, actually. We need to take advantage of the opportunity here. They discard Frantic Search. Okay, so they might be doing Storm stuff. We need a red source to be able to activate Golos, so I think we just take Raging Ravine here. Could also get Karakas if we want to go for the, like, bounce Golos, replay Golos game plan, but we have enough action that I don't think we need to do that. They finally hit their second blue source, and we hit Emry. Alright, I think we just want to spend the Golos here. Nice. Hitting spells there is good since we weren't able to play another land. We'll play Night of Autumn as a 4/3 to speed up our clock. This puts 7 power onto the board. That's not bad. They might have a counterspell, but counter magic is not very good against Golos activation. And then we have no intention of cracking the Oblivion Stone, but we do have Tolarian Academy, so we should put it into play still for the mana. Oh, what? They mana leak the Oblivion Stone. That's pretty weird. Alright, well, pretty good start there. So, sorry for blocking the bottom right corner too. Pop my face up to the top right. Hopefully that's a little better. I'd like bringing Armageddon here. They might be playing Storm. I think they are playing Storm. And Armageddon is very good there. Probably don't need the Oblivion Stone. We could also bring in Smokestack for Torrential Gearhulk. Yeah, definitely want to cut that. Yeah, I think Smokestack would be better than Gearhulk here. Although maybe less so on the draw. We'll see. There is the Smokestack, or the Torrential Gearhulk, and I would definitely rather be Smokestack in this hand. This hand is phenomenal, though. We have a lot of good artifacts to play ahead of schedule with a Mishra's Workshop. Starting with Simic Signet, and then we can play turn 2 Golos. Yep, still casting Golos. We'll see if it resolves. They might have Mana Leak, but we have more action. Mana Leak. Okay, at least it's not a mana drain. Next turn we can play Uro into Scrapheap Scrounger, which is not bad. Playing blue-red. Okay. Ooh, Factor Fiction was a very good draw. Still playing Uro. We can't play Factor Fiction yet. I'd like being able to get this Creeping Tar Pit into play for value here, and then we'll play the Scrounger. They could just go like Pestermite end of turn and kill us. That is a distinct possibility. Okay, no Twin Piece. That is good. They could still have Counter Magic. They probably wouldn't have countered either of those spells. Okay, they just fire off Frantic Search here. I'm not too upset about that. They don't have like High Tide or anything to make that generate value. Okay, Mana Leak was a very good draw. Although we don't have quite enough mana to play both Mana Leak and Factor Fiction in the same turn. So we'll just pass and go for the end of turn Foff. Still have no idea what the opponent's trying to do over there. We're ready with a mana leak if they have something like Through the Breach. Okay, they are making a play. What is it? 3 mana? Seasoned Pyromancer? Goblin Rabblemaster? Seething Song. Whoa, okay. So, they are storming, it looks like. Past in Flames. That's fine, we can let that resolve and then counter the next spell they play. Yeah, I think we want to mana leak this here. We can't play Fact or Fiction, unfortunately, but that's okay. Everflowing Chalice. Okay, let's play a huge Chalice this turn. Well, actually, no. I think it would be good to leave up to originally... Okay, yeah, we can play Chalice for 2 and then hold up Gearhulk. We can't play it for 3. Yeah, let's just play the Chalice for 2 then. I think holding up Snap or Gearhulk to flashback Mana Leak is worth it. Then we hit for 3 and pass. And we have a reasonable clock here. We can hit them down to 14, and then if we do end up playing the Gearhulk, then we'll have 8 power on board, so 2-turn clock from here. We could even animate the Creeping Tarpit if we wanted to. Time Twister. Okay, let's definitely counter that. And they might concede to this Gearhulk. They only have 2 cards. Alright, there we go. Took down Storm pretty easily. We're 2-0. I'll see you in the finals. Alright, here we are for the finals against Scranton Tuna. Good Office reference. We'll keep this hand on the draw. No turn 1 play, but this deck doesn't really have many turn 1 plays either way. And we have some good interaction in mana. Playing against green. Could be a tough matchup, to be honest. We don't have ways to kill their guys very effectively. We do have Upheaval. Stone Coil for 3. Okay. So I think we want to just pass holding a Mana Leak here. We don't have a 4-drop, so there's no real incentive to try and get the Chalice down ASAP. Protection from Multicolored is actually pretty good against our hand. Stone Coil is good, especially with Exalted. It is good against Oko and all of our stuff, really. Knight of Autumn can normally destroy artifacts and enchantments, but not that one. Okay. Like, yeah, I would rather Mana Leak a Garruk Wildspeaker or something here, but still will use the Mana Leak on the Solemn. Ooh, okay, let's play that. And then we could play Golos, I think, which blocks the Stone Coil. And we should probably just get Tolarian Academy here. We're not very close to being able to use the ability of Golos, so I don't think that's what we should prioritize. Karakas could also be a good piece of interaction. We're not quite at a point where we can use Library of Alexandria. I don't like getting Rage. I guess we do. We're a little constrained on green mana. Actually, yeah, I think that's probably a reasonable pickup. Tolarian Academy doesn't even net us that much mana right now. And getting a second green source is pretty good. They have a Golos of their own. That's not a problem because we can kill it with Knight of Autumn. Do they have the Guy's Cradle, though? They do have the Cradle. That's unfortunate. Balance is not good here. Okay, so let's play Plains. Well, actually, wait. Balance could be good. We could go Plains, Everflowing Chalice, Oko without activating it, and then cast Balance. Yeah, that seems good. So we cast this for... We can cast it for 2. It's free to cast it for 2. Yeah, we cast this for 2. Tapping, like, the forest, maybe. And then we're each going to have 2 cards in hand. So this is just going to make them sacrifice 2 creatures, I guess. Seems decent. So then we tap the Chalice, the Island, and the Raging Ravine to cast Oko, Thief of Crowns. And then we cast Balance. Alright, good turn. They just conceded the Oko. Well, we didn't have to show them the Balance. That's really weird. I guess that means that, like, whatever their top end was, maybe they were just flooded or something. Yeah, very strange, but we take down game 1 against Mono Green. That's good. I think we just run it back. Smokestack is not good here. Armageddon's also not good. Yeah, we'll just submit like this. Alright, game 2 of the finals. Fighting for that trophy. This hand is slow, but we have Balance, so I think it is a keep. Balance is pretty good against green decks in general because they have a lot of cards that, like, create multiple bodies and draw cards and stuff like that, but then not a lot of artifacts or planeswalkers. Actually, they do have some planeswalkers, but I still think Balance should be good here, although drawing our third 6-drop is not exactly what I was hoping for. They only have 3 cards in hand. They must have mulliganed. Stone Coil for 2, or for 3, sure. Gruul Signet, one of the best draws in the deck. Let's play Karakas and Signet. Solemn Simulacrum, okay. So if we Balance here, we make them sacrifice a bunch of lands, but we have to discard a bunch of cards, so I don't think that's worth it. Hopefully we draw, I was going to say draw Workshop and then play Wormcoil or something, but now we just need to pass. I mean, we're not under that much pressure, so we can just, like, keep hitting land drops for a bit and just build up. We might just end up not casting this Balance this game. We take 5, it's fine. Again, with a Wormcoil Engine, I don't mind taking damage. Ooh, okay, with the Basalt Monolith, that is pretty much the death knell for this Balance, but that's okay. Let's grab Hallowed Fountain here. Mana Leak. Not a very good draw here with the Basalt Monolith. They have, well, I guess they have, what, 8 mana? So, it could be good. They might cast, like, a Crater Hoof here or something. Okay, they just hit us for 5. We're in pretty bad shape if they have a counterspell for our Wormcoil. Alright, no plays. Just keep on untapping. Earl would have been very good earlier, but this turn we need to play the Wormcoil. So this is good against Reclamation Sage. It's really bad against Mind Control. That would probably be the worst case scenario. But if they do Mind Control the Wormcoil, we could Balance. No, they would get the tokens from the Balance, so that wouldn't work. Oh, this is the turn when we could have done Mana Leak. Oof, okay, Caldra's pretty scary. We can't block, or we can't block effectively. That would exile our Wormcoil and we wouldn't get to do any damage. So we go to 1. We can gain 9 on our turn. Yeah, let's play Blackstaff. Play Uro. Oh, we also could just play Balance, actually. Yeah, we should probably play the Balance. Yeah, let's do that. So then we're going to have to discard 3 cards, but they're going to have to sacrifice all their permanents except for 1. And then we can win the race. So we can, I think we want to keep the Mana Leak. Yeah, we're choosing a card to keep. We definitely don't want to keep the Uro. I don't think Mindslaver is very good here. Gearhulk is also not that good. So yeah, let's keep the Mana Leak. And then I'll be interested to see what they keep. Probably just the Germ, but maybe Birds of Paradise if they want mana. They are going to get to draw a card off the Solemn and then take their draw step. So they'll have 3 cards on their turn. Okay, yep, that makes sense. So we'll hit them for 6 and go to 7 so we don't die to the germ on the crackback. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hitting for 4 is not worth it there. It's much better to hold up Mana Leak, especially given that they just drew 2 cards. And, I mean, yeah, their board is clean now, so they're not going to be avoiding overextending or anything like that. If they have a spell they can cast, they're going to cast it this turn. Really hope this costs at least 4. Gilded Lotus. Do we counter this? I think so. Like, Mana Leak is not going to be live if this resolves. So we might as well just counter it this turn. And we'll do it like this so we can play around Daze, which is not a card I expect for them to have, but there's no reason not to do this. An untapped Gruul Signet with no other mana is completely useless. They should not attack here. If they do, that means we can attack back for free, and so they take 6 and we gain 1. Yeah, good play, opponent. Alright, good draw. That was actually a really good draw. We didn't have double green, and now we do. So escape Uro, exile all of our cards. This deck has a lot of life gain. Raging Ravine, good draw. And then we can tap our... We probably should just turn the Gruul Signet into a 4/4 there. It doesn't really matter, but I think that would have been better. But at any rate, we'll pass back. They just concede. That seems a little preemptive, but I'll take it. Okay. So this was our deck list, and it was really, really sweet. We got a trophy. It was unusual. Like, Bant Artifacts is not a common archetype for me. There's a couple cards that, like, we never used Oblivion Stone or Blackstaff, but they were still decent just as artifacts because we had Tolarian Academy, we had Mishra's Workshop, we had Emery. So that was all pretty cool. We had Tinker, which didn't really do much for us. Just didn't cast it very much. Torrential Gearhulk was actually quite good in one situation. It beat Storm for us. But really, the MVP of the deck was certainly Tolarian Academy. It was pretty consistently able to make us a lot of mana, and we were able to leverage that mana to do all sorts of things. Upheaval, escaping Uro multiple times. Just a ridiculous card. It just makes so much mana. Also, Uro was very, very good. He overperformed, I think. But very, very good with Emery. Good with Fact or Fiction. And this deck just filled its graveyard more than I would have expected, to be honest. Also really good post-Upheaval. So, yeah. This was a really fun deck. We got the trophy, so you'd love to see that result. And it was a lot of fun. So I want to remind you about the waitlist for this group coaching program. Link is in the description. Please sign up for that. I would like to just have a great class and get to know some of y'all and work through some tough Vintage Cube problems with you and make you the best player you can be. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.